mistake. You got me. I'm sorry. The inspector asked me to keep an eye on you. I'd lost you at the hotel. I went down to the pub I went to see if anyone had seen you. Look, don't tell the inspector you saw me, especially at the pub, right? I'll let you get me. I'd catch it hot, no mistake. Please, can we keep this our little secret?
The young constable vanishes into the night. Though you have gained a valuable ally, you are no closer to solving the mystery of the mayor's murder. There's nothing left to do but head back to the hotel and try to get some sleep in your wretched room. Morning has broken, and you are swiftly on the move again. The old woman with whom the station master was talking when you first arrived seemed to know everything that goes on in the village. She might be able to help, but who was she? Perhaps the hotel manager can assist.
What do I look like, a policeman? Oh, all right then, anything to get you out of there. What did she look like? Well, come on, haven't got all day.
You believe that the old woman at the station may have... Are you marvelous or moronic? That's the one. Great Scott, that was fast. No mistakes made too, you great big swat. Olympian intelligence deserves an Olympian reward.
Right, that's quite enough. That would be Mrs. Gossip, lives in a cottage near the river to the east of the village, not far from the stream, but still not far enough away from me. She's a terrible bore. Speaking of which, isn't it time you left?
Unfortunately, the manager is correct. Both Mrs. Gossip and the town hall clerk need visiting. Before you begin today's investigations, it's probably best to cast a thought over the events so far. I do hope you've been paying attention, for soon you will have to say who you think it was that murdered the man. Let's see if you can answer these questions. Either you are the reincarnation of Sherlock Holmes, or these questions are too easy. Wonderful work, either way you look at it. Let's continue with the investigation. I believe you are planning to visit Mrs. Gossip and the town hall clerk. After ensuring that Inspector Bragg is nowhere to be seen, you move to interview the town hall clerk. What does she remember of the mayor's last day?
I was at my desk for the whole day. There's always so much to do here. Fortunately, I remember everything I heard. This old building has very thin walls. I even remember the shortcut. I'm sorry. Let me see what I can remember.
You listen intently as the clerk tells you all she heard. Listen to the clerk's description and use this to highlight the route the mayor must have taken. Will you be able to
Well, I was not at the front desk that morning when the mayor arrived, but I clearly heard a... After that, there was a... and after a bit I heard something like... Then it sounded like...
Let's find out how you did. That's the one. You're finished. That was quick. Hoo, hoo! No mistakes made. Show off. My, aren't you terribly talented?
That's what I heard, you see. As to visitors, the station master was here very early. He wished to discuss again the opening of a cafe at the railway station. He was most satisfied when he left. The doctor came in. He left medicine. The miller was here also. He told me that the windmill had broken down and he wished to speak to the mayor about it. He had no appointment. After that, the mayor... Oh, please excuse me. I have much work to do. Do come again.
Leaving the clerk to return to her duties, you must return to your investigation. Is the end now in sight? Can justice be done? Following the hotel manager's directions, you arrive at Mrs. Gossip's quaint, tea-cosy cottage to find her in quite the quandary.
Oh, hello, dearie. Nice to see you again. Just in time to help a damsel in distress. Oh, that would be me, dearie. I was just with the lovely doctor. What a lovely man. Not local, but you can't have everything. Oh, he gave me some pills to ease these old joints of mine, dearie. Can't remember which ones they are. Perhaps you can help, my lovely, while I make us a nice cup of tea. Well, I was just saying to her, the one by the shop so often at the doctor's, you know, the one with the hip and the legs.
As the talkative old soul bustles off, you turn to the muddled medication.
Mrs. Gossip can't remember...
How did you do? Correct you are. All wrapped up already? Great heavens! With nary a hiccup. Well done. You deserve so much more, but this will... The grateful Mrs. Gossip, after a long while filled with meaningless drivel, returns to the purpose of your visit. What does she know about the mayor?
Oh, poor man, lovely man. Everyone liked him. What a tragedy, yes. Wasn't anyone with a bad word to say about him. Such a lovely man. Born and bred here, not like some. Loved his mother. Oh, he did. I was just saying the other day he used to visit her grave regular as clockwork. Won't have so far to go now. Oh, lovely man. Such a shame. Now, I remember when, seeing him at the doctor's with his bunions, I believe it was, always a medication, lovely doctor, of course, being at the doctor's.
Leaving Mrs. Gossip to her memories, you contemplate the potentially pointless visit. Do you have what you need? Can the case be cracked? The mayor's diary revealed that he had recently encountered 4 individuals. The station master, the miller, the jeweler, and the doctor. Each encounter was in some way unusual. The station master was trying to obtain permission from the mayor to build a cafe, and the two had clashed over the issue. Motive, perhaps, but was there opportunity? The miller had sought to have his mill repaired, but told you the mayor had forgotten the appointment they had to discuss the matter. Were the miller's passions suitably stirred by this slight? The doctor's obscure handwriting had caused a minor medical mistake that had been duly rectified. But had the doctor taken offense? The jeweler had reminded the mayor of his debt in the strictest possible terms, enough to obtain payment. Was it sufficient remuneration, however? It is time to apply your fearsome skills of deduction and reason to pull together the strands and weave the cloth of truth. Can you deduce the culprit and prove yourself worthy of your role as a Blue Toad detective? Player 1, you get to choose first. Select your villain by pressing the corresponding button on the controller. Only one of these individuals has a faulty alibi. That person was... the Miller! The town hall clerk confirmed that the Miller had not had an appointment. While it is possible that the mayor had forgotten, the stated reason for the meeting is suspect: the repair of the windmill. When you visited the mill, it was working just fine. An attempt at a simple fraud, perhaps. But whatever the case, the Miller has more questions to answer. You used your talents to select the correct suspect. Many congratulations on a job well done. At the police station, you detail your concerns and lay out the supporting evidence to Inspector Bragg.
I thought I told you to leave the investigating to the professionals. Still, I'll admit you seem to have something here. All right, let's go and see this Miller of yours. Sharpish, but you leave the questioning to me, all right?
At the windmill, the inspector wastes no time in getting straight to the point.
It seems, my lad, that you have not been entirely truthful in your statements as regards the murder of the mayor. Why was that, eh? Out with it, Sharpish!
All right, I admit it. I'm sorry. I didn't want to. I hated myself for doing it, but I had to. If I hadn't, you don't understand. They...
Another shot rings out over Little Riddle, and another body lies at your feet. Your careful investigation has only thrown up more questions. Who are they, and what was the Miller involved with that was so terrible, so dastardly, that it has cost the lives of 2 people? The Blue Toad murder file on Little Riddle cannot be closed, not yet. Will justice prevail when we return to this picturesque den of deceit and attempt to solve the mystery of Riddle Manor? So, how well did you do in that episode? Player 1, Divine Detecting.